332 turbo rebuild, day 14, shafted. So in the last video, I had this thing up and running, moving back and forth, cycled the hydraulics, all seemed well. Shut the tractor off, parked it for the night, came back the next morning, and boom, puddle underneath. So, got to looking at it, traced it up, and it was coming out of the seal that is on the end of this shaft. So this is the input shaft where the drive shaft attaches. There's a rubber seal in there, or lip seal, whatever you want to call it. And it was dripping down on the housing and onto the oil filter and then down to the floor. So did some troubleshooting, cleaned some things up, did a couple more drives. So far as I can tell, that seal is leaking. And one would say, well, you used your good transmission or your good hydro unit, right? Well, as much as this thing leaked, I think I had two leaks. I think I had the housing, which was crappy, and leaking nonstop from gravity. And then I think this guy was probably leaking too, just not as much and only when running, so maybe not as noticeable. I did note that this area was pretty caked up. Kind of assumed it was a few things, but now I'm starting to think that that shaft seal's been leaking for a while and flinging oil around, making a mess. So anyways, pulled the transmission out again. Luckily this time I had everything fresh in my mind, remembered what tools to grab. Only took about an hour this time, getting good at this, unfortunately. And then I pulled the pump housing off, it's held on with those two bolts. And that's the G rotor, so that sucks the oil out of the reservoir, up that big black tube, and does two things. It feeds the hydraulic pump, or the hydrostat pump, I should say, and it also runs the hydraulics on the tractor. So your steering, your hydraulic lift, that's all run off this G rotor pump here. Get you a better shot of it. It's kind of a star inside of a star, I guess, or gear inside of a bigger gear. And as it goes around, it squishes the oil and pressurizes it. So thought maybe I had a bearing issue. There was a tiny bit of play in that shaft when the drive shaft was attached, but I think that's normal. You can see a little discoloration on the shaft, but there's no grooves or low spots. You can't grab anything with a fingernail. So I think that's probably just normal wear and tear. And the bearing is kind of a pain to get to, and it's about 50 or 60 bucks. So I think the risk of pulling it out and trying to put a new one in is gonna be not worth the trouble. So I'm gonna put a new seal in and a new O-ring for that, and then bolt it back together and hope for the best. The good thing is I don't have to do anything with the rear end, the axles, the drive shafts, all that stuff. So if I can do this, basically a couple seals, an O-ring, and we're back in business. So yeah, I did drive it around the yard. So a step kind of in the right direction, but now we gotta go backwards, spend some more money, put some more parts in. So, all right, if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe. I do have 13 previous videos walking through the whole process of swapping the rear end, the axles, taking the tractor apart, rear hydraulic outlets installed, some fuel tank grommets. So yeah, take a look at those. Might learn a few things, and I hope to see you next time.